With all negotiations failing and tensions escalating, Egypt decided to impose military measures to protect its interests. Ethiopia, not accepting Egypt's intervention in their national project, responded strongly by deploying military forces to protect the dam and their rights. Egypt, heavily reliant on the flow of the Nile River to provide water for agriculture and population, began to feel the impact of the grand Ethiopian Renaissance dam construction on the Nile River basin. The reduced water flow into Egypt significantly affects its economy and interests, especially in the agricultural sector. The military conflict between these two countries could have serious consequences not only for the region, but also globally, especially in a situation where water becomes a scarce resource and leads to political and military disputes. Ethiopia estimated the dam's value at nearly $5 billion, with some sources indicating that $4 billion was funded by US aid. The design of this dam has also changed several times between 2011 and 2019. The main dam is made of 10 million cubic meters of mixed concrete and is expected to include 2 power plants, 3 spillways, and a saddle dam. The main dam will be 145 meters deep and 1.7 kilometer long, while the supporting saddle dams will be 4.8 kilometer long and 45 meters high. There will be 2 outdoor power plants on each side of the river, capable of generating between 2,000 and 3,700 megawatts of electricity for Ethiopia's national grid. It takes from 7 to 10 years to fill the reservoir, depending on hydrological conditions. By mid-2020, the water level had risen 540 meters above sea level, with the actual water level in the reservoir being 40 meters high. The second water level phase in mid-2021 is 575 meters, the third phase in 2022 is 600 meters, and the fourth phase in mid-2023 is 625 meters. The actual water level was measured at about 620 meters in September 2023 using satellite imagery. Water storage also involves dam releases, with 2 bottom outlets ready to supply water to Sudan and Egypt, downstream countries of Ethiopia, in special cases such as for irrigation purposes or when downstream is experiencing drought. The reduced water flow from the Nile River into Egypt since Ethiopia began filling the reservoir in 2019 has had a significant impact. It is astounding that 85% of Egypt's water comes from the single source of the Nile River, and about 95% of the country's population lives within a few kilometers of this famous river. Canals from the Nile irrigate farms and support agricultural and fishing cities. The Nile River has brought life to this desert region for thousands of years. The terrible thing that has happened threatens agriculture and 80% of Egypt's population. The disaster of Egypt when it loses its main water source can lead to war. Returning to the Nile River, tensions in this area are very high, and this dam seems to be the focal point. Egypt is ready to attack it to protect its share of the Nile River. So why would Ethiopia risk a potential war? Ethiopia hopes this mega project will truly help lift the entire country out of poverty. Half of all Ethiopians currently lack electricity, and this dam will change that. The country is already on the path to its economic development. Ethiopia has become the fastest growing economy in Africa.